Andrew, thank you for joining us today.
Nice to meet you, Michelle.
I was wondering, can you tell us a little bit about you and your business?
So I work for a company called Thorntons Communications. We're a telecommunications company based up in Surrey, but we mainly look after the south end of the UK. We've been in the industry for about 30 years. We provide normal traditional telecom services, calls, lines, mobiles, lease lines and data and services. But we also look after other ventures that we're looking to release because of the event of people coming back to work, such as thermal cameras and other working from home devices.
So the thermal cameras, I know we've seen people on the news being sort of zapped at airports to look at their temperatures. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's a thing that the WHO have actually recommended, and they've been using it for some time overseas. It's a non-touch, single contact camera that can take somebody's temperature within a second.
Wow.
It doesn't keeps the operator very safe because there's no point of contact. But the information can be read. It doesn't tell you that you have obviously corona or any other virus. It just tells you if you have an elevated temperature.
So are they handheld or are they wall mounted? How do they work?
They come in many guises. The most popular at the moment are the handheld scanners because they can be deployed easily, quickly and anywhere. There are obviously areas where you may need to cover a large reception area, specifically schools, hospitals, workplaces, that they can have a fixed camera mounted on the wall. Now they can be set to have alerts and detectors on them so that if somebody comes in and they have an elevated temperature, the alarm is triggered. So you don't even have to be monitoring them all the time.
So that's nice and safe. They can pick out people with elevated temperatures and say, actually, perhaps you need to look at going and get it tested or spending a few days at home.
Absolutely. And they can come in different, like I say, different guises, different sizes. They can work with face recognition and detection as well, so that if somebody comes into your building, if it's a known employee, it will actually flag up who they are. But if it's a guest, it will also flag up that they are not somebody that you recognise. So again, it can help detect if it's a new person or somebody in the business.
So very intelligent machines then?
They are indeed. They have AI built in. It helps, the face recognition side of things helps recognise if they are an employee that's been coming in all week, but suddenly today they've got a slightly elevated temperature, that do they need to look at who they've been socially interacting with within the business.
So it gives that extra security so that, I guess, managers and leaders know who they've got coming in that perhaps need to be isolating, but also security for the other team members and people that are interacting with visitors and guests as well. Absolutely.
It gives that level of reassurance, and because it's non-contact, anybody that does come through, it just gives you that indication that they may have a temperature, and that will give you that at least somebody can step in and say, can we have that conversation before they actually come into the main part of the building. Like I say, the hand scanners seem to be very popular at the moment, especially for places where you've got workforces which are outside of your control, building contractors, schools where you've got several children coming in, you may have multiple access into the building. It's not necessarily easy to have a fixed camera, especially with children. As they're coming through the playground, you can just literally let them walk past the camera, and then it can detect the parents and the child at the same time. There's no invasion.
Fantastic. That sounds really good. So you do other telecoms as well, and I know business owners are looking at